explanation for that. Thank you, Jacqueline. I'd like to welcome our next live guest. He is a North Carolina radio personality that uses his platform to help educate others on Black history using his social media segment called I Didn't Know, Maybe You Didn't Either. B. Dot is joining us live now. Such a pleasure to have you on our show. Hi, B. Dot.
How you doing, Audrey? How you doing this morning?
Good morning. I know that not only do you use your social media platform, to reach thousands and thousands of people, but you use it in such a positive way, in a positive light. You're really involved in North Carolina basketball. Tell me, how did you get started? How did your career kind of take off?
I'm just very transparent. My career took off, of course, at Winston-Salem State University. From there, I transitioned into radio at 102 Jams. I was there 17 years. And I've just always been an ultimate engager. I've always had the savvy to engage audiences. So social media is fun to me. I'm able to be transparent and vulnerable there. And the honesty and the transparency is what started the I Didn't Know, Maybe You Didn't Either segment. It was just a lot of things that I didn't know, and other people, I assume, maybe didn't know either, and I just started putting out content, and it really, really took off.
Share with me an example of that content, and how has it evolved over time?
It started, honestly, my deep dive started when Derek Chauvin very tragically took the life of George Floyd 2 years ago. And I just started looking up different facts. I first started with the book, The History of the United States. And it just started, the first fact that I saw that was shocking to me was how visceral and heinous of an individual Christopher Columbus was. I remember growing up in school in 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Like, I remember learning how great of a person Christopher Columbus was, but when I did my own homework, I didn't know. And maybe you didn't either. But Christopher Columbus killed a lot of people. And I mean, he killed them in the most vicious ways. And for us to have a holiday that commemorates that, it's like, if they were having a Stalin Day of celebration in Russia. Like, these are not things that would happen. And for us to not celebrate Juneteenth federally until last year, those were the things that made me jump into this deep dive. And I just started seeing things about George Washington not having wooden teeth. I have I Didn't Know, Maybe You Didn't Either video dropping on that on tomorrow on my YouTube page. So make sure you check that out. But it's just so many things that we were taught in school that are a bit different when you do a little homework on them.
And what has the response been like? Have you kind of seen just the outpouring of, hey, yeah, you're right, B. Dot, I didn't know. I'm glad that you brought this to our attention.
Absolutely. It's been one of those situations where it's a transparent, vulnerable moment for all parties. Because there are things that certain people say, oh, I knew that already. I knew that the NAACP was founded by white people. Well, I didn't know. Maybe you didn't either. So other people say, hey, I knew that Uncle Tom wasn't a sellout. Well, the way we were taught, Uncle Tom was always a sellout. But after doing some homework, I didn't know. Maybe you didn't either, but Uncle Tom really helped Black people. So it's things like that, man. I think it's a learning curve for everyone. I really took a deep focus last February. Last February, I was dedicated to doing 28 consistent episodes. And from there, execs hit me up from iHeartMedia. And now as we sit, 28 days this month, I'm dropping content on their platforms on iHeartRadio. The Breakfast Club is playing an episode and highlighting an episode at 6:50 every morning. So you can check them out. It's on the Black Effect podcast. And the visuals that I'm very, very excited about, the visual component of it, I'm going to be dropping on my YouTube channel. So I'm just trying to get everybody to just hit my YouTube and just see the visuals and go to the podcast and listen to the audio. And I really feel like we can learn together. I feel like that's the most important thing, the open dialogue and the conversation amongst races. And I feel like we can honestly grow with that.
Absolutely. Reach even more people. Quickly, B. Dot, before we let you go, tell me what's in store for you next. What does your future look like?
Listen, this is a beautiful weekend, first of all. I'm not sure if you know, but tomorrow is Carolina Duke. And I am the official sixth man of Carolina basketball. So I will be at the Dean Dome tomorrow. I'll be at, I'm actually got an email. I'll be working with ESPN tomorrow for the game day experience. I'm excited about that. You can catch me tonight in Greensboro, the Greensboro Swarm. I'm the PA announcer for them. We have a game tonight. It's the Carolina Duke game, so we want everybody to wear their blues. And most importantly, though, this month, I know it's a lot of people watching that are familiar with me from radio, and on this past Monday, I ended that chapter in my life. but I know that the people watching this show still support me. And what I need more than anything is the support. I need the viewers. I need the people to go to the YouTube and check out the I Didn't Know, Maybe You Didn't Either series. It's on B.TV on YouTube. That's what I need more than anything. Every day this month, I will be dropping new facts. They're 90 seconds. So it's easily for you to digest and share with your friends and everyone else. And please leave those comments. Listen, Triad, B.Dot needs you. Let's rock.
Awesome, and it's a pleasure to have you on our show here on the Local Vibe. Thank you for your service to our community and for taking the time to talk with us. And like he mentioned, give him a follow, that support right there at B.TV on YouTube, or a follow on social media.